y'all doing? Okay, so I want to take this time to talk about uh, my little town of Americus, Georgia. This is where I was born and raised. So just want to take this time to talk about it real quick. And for those of you who have never heard of Americus, Georgia, because I know I have friends from around the world, so I'll put up a picture showing where it's located in Georgia. But I'll put it up right quick. There we go. And but I want to talk about this today because I saw a post on my timeline on Facebook, basically, and I saw a post on my timeline, basically talking about, we had bowling alleys, and I think it's a bowling alley, and I don't know, they didn't say water park, I don't know, game room, stuff like that. Basically, we had activities for the kids on the weekend that people won't get shot and the crime rate will basically go down. So throughout the comments, of course, people are talking about, why we don't have this, why we don't have that. Naturally, you're going to hear everyone say, hey, if we do have it, they're going to run it down, or people's going to come and tear it up, and no one want to build something around basically people around the community that don't know how to take care of their own. It's the gist of it. I may have went too far right there you're, because you're not in that mindset yet. Because we're looking at it on the individual basis versus the collective, and that's the pretty much is the problem. But I'm explain real quick. I'm not gonna be long. But since I started my YouTube channel, I figured this would be the best way to explain my thoughts on this situation. Just to put it out there, because man, it seems simple, but maybe it's not. And it's not so much a race thing. It's man, it's just numbers. One guy said it best like on the post on the something reporter. I think that's the group that I saw the post in, and he posted it yesterday. But he said, it's all about numbers, which it is. And I think they're going back and forth at this minute. But and the guy, I guess I don't know, he didn't make the post, but he's someone who's commenting on the post, also, and commenting under a lot of others comment. He said that you're speaking negative. You're saying the negative, but we need to come up with a solution. And he's right. But the other guy's like, hey, I'm just speaking the truth, the facts. Yeah. Okay. I agree with both of them. You have to speak the facts, but you have to come with a solution. I mean, we're great at stating the problem, not so much as coming up with a real like solution. I mean, 'cause really think about it. If you're gonna put something in this town, the key ingredient you're looking for as a business owner is, will you make the money? I mean, will you make a profit? And to just to and I, for one, don't think too many of the people who are saying we need these items here understand about that part of the business. That it's all about the profit. It seems to me that they think that you can just bring a building, a skating ring, and just sit it there, and it's going to operate whether the numbers are met or not. You know, I mean, you have numbers you have to meet every month. Every day route, and so just using the building over the weekend probably isn't what they need to keep things operational. I mean, 'cause think about it. Just let's just take just the entertainment part out of it, and let's think about the business part of bringing the skating ring to America. you're gonna have to have good employees. Now, the only way a business is gonna stay is with good employees. Now, is a good employee who who mentally got it all together. I mean, will they stay at a business where they can where they will only make money over the weekend? I mean, 'cause you can't work them throughout the week. You can't work them 50, 60 hours doing what? I mean, it's not a lot to do during the week. And most people in this town want the weekend off. And the ones that will agree to work the weekend are ones that are really hard up for a job. But they will only work the weekend until they find something better where they can have the weekend off. Naturally, they just want the weekend off. So you will have a hard enough time finding someone willing to work. I mean, I know that for myself in my business. I mean, I let my employees work as much as they want. I pay them good, but at the same time, they will not work. Most of them will not work past Thursday. I mean, and trying to find them on Friday and on the weekend, just forget it. So the point is that as a business owner, you're looking at that. I mean, most of the good employees have already been with jobs and will be there and stay there for years, because they're chasing the money, and you can't pay them that kind of money to just come and work 2 to 3 days. I mean, there's not enough money in the world to just give up every weekend. That's what a good employee. I don't care how good he is. He's gonna want his money. So that's one way of looking at it. But let's just jump back into the town. What's really wrong with America in general is that I I didn't understand this until I closed my business, my building in town. I mean, it was a strategic decision because I noticed something in America that was missing, and what was missing was leadership. There's no leadership in America. I mean, no leadership whatsoever. Meaning that there's no one person, whether it be the mayor, city council, or whatever, just an individual, just someone who are pulling everyone together to make sure the town stays strong. And the one thing that comes to mind when I think about good leadership in a town is someone who basically a mob boss to come in and take over a town, and you have a hand, or just you know every business in town. You know almost every person you can put your hands on. I mean, you pretty much understand the inner working of the town and what will help the town grow, and basically everyone's needs. And it's not that you're imposing on their lives; it's that you're basically getting all the intel. I mean, that all this information is important. The information is needed to run a strong town. I mean, you can't walk around here like, well, I don't want to know about this person, this person, this person. I just want to understand this, why the business closed. And that's not a good way to think, basically. I want to put it in terms that we all get. But, you know, just to stay basically on the leadership, I mean, it's so much. It's really so much. The thoughts are just running through my mind. Is just different things that we can do, but the key is the leadership. And I don't want to leave anything out because this is a video. I don't want to cut anything out. It's just raw. I'm just gonna shoot it right at you. Um, so I'm not gonna like waste your time. And I really do appreciate you all watching this video. In reality, and I mean, I really do appreciate it. But in reality, it's really not that hard to really understand that, of course, like I said, leadership plays a big part in running a community. I'm not so much for having leadership over races, over different races of people, but I'm very much for having leadership over a neighborhood, a community and or a town. I mean, it just needed. I mean, you're gonna have to really be able to bring the businesses in. You know, the leader will have to be able to bring the business, well, to basically know the people. First, know the people, and then understand their needs, and then help them understand where we're going as a whole. I mean, I don't care, you know, businesses. I mean, like you have to have meetings in like Joyce Myers Park or whatever you have to do. Set up a stage and just let people come and just everybody, you know, just get an understanding that hey, this is what we need. I mean, we need this, but to keep this here, this is what's needed as far as we need 1,000 people to visit this place throughout the week to keep the payroll here, to keep this here, to keep to keep this business here. This business will have to make this amount of money, and this business, if this a mom and pa like uh, a hardware store, will have to share. Of course, naturally you're going to share some of the profit with the big chain stores like Lowe's. You're gonna have to share some of the profit with Walmart, but the people have to understand that you have to work next to them. You have to work with them. Meaning get your share and they get their share. But they're gonna have to meet their numbers as well as you will have to meet your numbers. But if people look at the two businesses side by side and understand that, it will be a more smooth or more appealing relationship for both parties. It's not just about, okay, I'm going here because it's easy to go in, bam, 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 and get my thing and get out. And plus it's like what something for $100 is maybe $20 cheaper over here, versus paying 120 for this person. I mean, meaning the leader have to let individuals know that this that you're paying an extra $20 because that's your neighbor. I mean, to keep that this is needed in this town because, like I say, you know, we know this person. We know how great this person is. This person has support. I mean, it's kind of it seems like you would naturally notice because I mean we see it enough in movies, or maybe it depends on what you're watching. I mean, I like. I mean, I guess I like to watch a lot of old movies, so it makes sense. You watch like westerns and stuff like that. This stuff makes sense to you. But I guess if you wasn't raised on that, you really don't get it. But why would you not support your neighbor over some big chain store and you don't know if they're basically? I mean, I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, but you don't know if they're killing kids overseas or whatever. I mean, they're burning down houses to build stores. I mean, we don't know what they're doing. The point is, I mean, you don't really know what anyone is doing, to be honest with you, but you do know your neighbor. I mean, you can go talk to him. You can go and sit and be with it, and sit and have a drink with this person that owns this one store, and all y'all are in a community. But see, the point is, the strong part about that is you also, and here's the kicker, you're also showing your kids, that if we work together, we can keep these stores here. I mean, we can keep our town great. We can make our town greater than any other town. Meaning that we are working together. Meaning, right now, I think. Well, let me jump back. When it comes to the kids, I think our kids are looking at us like, man, you know, you all allow so many things to get taken from you. Many, the businesses, like we don't have, like we can't do anything to stop that. Like they're looking like the grown-ups are allowing these businesses to just close down, like hand over fist. And they're sitting here looking at it and talking about it. I mean, and talking about it like, oh, well, there go another one closed, another one closed, another one closed. I knew they were going to close. But you're not saying, darn. I mean, I invested. I was shopping there for weeks and weeks and weeks and invested so much money into this business and brought so many people to this business and brought them so many customers and they still closed. I wonder why. No, you don't really support the business, but then you're surprised when the business closed. I mean, it's just weird. So the kids are looking at that like, okay, I see all these grown-ups in here talking about something closed, but I don't recall one of them going in that place. Or if you went in and spent $20, $30, I mean, even a kid know how are they gonna feed their family off that? I mean, to the kids, it makes no sense. So that's what we have to show them. We have to show them that they do have some power, meaning you can stop this from happening. You can stop these companies from closing. I mean, it's easy. You go in, and if you see a company basically about to close their doors, like fall short, and I mean, you're looking like, okay, I see they're falling short on their rent, or they don't have enough items stocked, or a dead giveaway when a company is falling on hard times that a lot of you never think about. They're advertising very heavily. Think about it, man. When a business is doing good, you don't have to advertise. You don't have to advertise when you're doing great. But if you're losing a lot of money hand over fist, you're gonna take your last to advertise to try to save. See, we're not taught that. So when you see a business advertise heavily, then you know something's wrong, and a leader will see that and say, "Let me go and sit down with this owner to figure out what do we have to do." In most cases, it's just look, bring in 1,000 customers and let them spend $20 each on an item that they need. $20 for 1,000 customers, and that will bring and that will make them $20,000, and that will save their business for a year. That's it, $20, just that simple. But how many people do that? How many people step up to the table and say, "Okay, I want to go talk to the owner and work hand in hand to figure out what do I have to do to keep you open?" And that goes back to what I was saying about a leader. And if a mob boss, I forgot what I said about what kind of person I was talking about, but if they own a town and bought a town, that they would be that boss that walk into the shop and say, "Mr. Johnson, I mean, I see that you took your signs down, but we don't want you to leave the town, so can we sit down and have a little meet and figure out what do we have to do to keep you here?" Okay, yeah, so yeah, no problem. Thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. Because I've been trying to reach out to people. Basically, things have been kind of hard. So actually, when things are hard as a business owner, you don't reach out to people because you feel like a loser. You feel like when things are going good, you feel like you can advertise and do everything is all freely. You feel like no one can, there's nothing to hide. But for some people, when you're losing, it's like you feel ashamed, and it's hard to ask for help because you feel like you're begging and you feel like less of a person. Because it's hard, man. And I've been at that place. Really, I don't feel like less of a person. I don't really care. That's what makes me continue on with my business. But I can understand how they feel. Like you really want to reach out, but you feel like people see through you, and they're saying, "Man, you're a loser, dude. You don't have no money. You're broke. Your life's about to get turned off. You're about to lose your car. The repo man is looking for it." I mean, like, no, I'm not gonna help you because you're losing. See, that's how you're gonna feel. I mean, you don't. So most of them just fade away until like to just let all that stuff that's gonna happen. And not only that, you get to the realization as a business owner that people are not gonna help you. They can't help you. I mean, it's gonna take more than one person to help. See, that's what we don't understand. I mean, a leader would understand that. That for Walmart to operate, it's funny. For Walmart to operate and be as big as they are, everyone, but okay, not for them to operate. The reason they are as big as they are is because everyone if there's 10 people in a room right now, I promise you, all 10 of them people, well, maybe 9 out of the 10. The one person was too busy, probably. But 9 out of the 10 people in a room right now have visited Walmart once. in the past 7 days. I don't care what you bought. You have visited Walmart once in the past 7 days. You know what I'm saying? That's everyone in the room. But now let's fast forward. But let's look at it like this. Just let's say we do have a bowling alley in town. You can have 50 people in a room, and I promise you, maybe only one, maybe two people in that room have taken their family to that bowling alley in the past, let's say 3 months. Because you've been working over the weekend and you're busy. I mean, everyone is just busy. You realize that to go bowling is $50 and this and that. But how can you survive? I mean, when you look at them stats, it's like it makes no sense to build a bowling alley here because there's many things that business owners look at before bringing something like that to the town. I mean, what do the town need, man? I mean, you need a Walmart. That's why everyone shop at Walmart and Dollar Tree. I mean, everyone goes there. I mean, you want to see people where you go to Walmart and Dollar Tree. Everyone in the town is there, and they're there sometimes 3 to 4 times a day. I mean, so naturally that makes sense. But a bowling alley, eh, how can you really make money? I mean, no one's gonna go that often. But see, that's where a leader come in at. See, you come in and you help them make money, whether you set up events or you set them up with the right advertising company or you set them up with the right event that they have to put on during the week to continue to help them continue to make money. And you have a firm or a group around that. I mean, there's many ways. I mean, that's going into the whole marketing strategies or whatever. But a real leader will understand that's what's needed. I mean, if I ran this town, I wouldn't let a business fail. There's no way possible. I mean, I would gather everyone in this town because you have to understand the people. Half of the time when a business fails, most of the people don't even know it's going under. But the leader should know, and the leader should make it known that we are not going to allow this business to go under. But see, mm, you know, I mean, it seems so simple to me, and I know it's a little. I know it. A lot of people look at it in a way. It just, you know what? Okay, let me step back. That's one way of looking at things. Hmm. Let's see. Kind of gather my thoughts here for a minute because, like I say, there's many ways to look at things. Uh, I mean, got the leadership role. You know, then you have the the money. Of course, the money gonna play the part, but the leaders they understand the money part. Um, then you have, I know we're gonna touch on just the people. I mean, like I feel like once you get the um the leaders in check, they will correct the rest of the town. And once you get the town on board, the kids will pretty much follow. I mean, well, not the town, but get the adults in order. Then the kids will naturally just follow. So, I mean, in reality, it's just one thing. I mean, it's just having the right person leading the town into the right direction, in the right direction. And that's what it boils down to. You can have anything you want in the town if we all just come together. Because if we all come together and grow like we should, um, we may realize that hey, we don't need a bowling alley. We don't need a fun park. Man, we may just need a building that hosts different events, like a spelling bee. I mean, if all the kids are, they may realize that they love spelling more than they do bowling. Even adults, I mean, grown-ups can play. I mean, we may have a gaming challenge. I mean, like I mean, tournament. So we may have tournaments here in town for gaming. I mean, of course, I mean, food festivals. with stuff like that. But the point is, we all need to come together and understand that it's all about the bottom line. I mean, that's what it boils down to, the bottom line. But the leaders help us understand that. But then, see, we don't, but see, and another part of it is we don't understand, like going back to Walmart, we don't understand that bottom line. I mean, them 10 people, 9 people that visit a Walmart spent, they all spend 20 plus dollars. I mean, Walmart's gonna make their money regardless. Dollar Tree is gonna make its money $1 at a time, regardless. So that's the key. Small businesses have to make money also. And when you look at it, people are not join like they should be. And I don't even think it's a white or black thing, to be honest with you. Because I see more businesses owned by whites, black Mexicans that fail. So it's not really a white or black thing. So I used to think that maybe, the the white people, I hate to say it like that, but I don't believe in the whole thing. But maybe they got some little secret group, some that they work together to, and they all come together and one day go visit this establishment to they support this establishment like behind the scenes, as far as that we're all going to order from this place here in town to make sure they stay open because we understand the economics of keeping this company open. I used to think that, but then once you open your eyes and you see that, man, businesses are dropping across the board. It ain't white, black, this, that. It ain't nothing. It's just no unity. I mean, simple. United we stand, right? United we stand. Divided we fall. See, that's that division that they keep putting us in. They're dividing us, and when they divide us, they divide and conquer. Plain and simple. So, it's like so clearly we're not united as people, as a basically. I've been working on nails, kind of a little dirty, but we're divided as a town. Man, we're divided as a nation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as a people, we're divided. I mean, it's just division across the board. We're divided within the race. We're divided with different races. We're divided as a town. We're divided as a nation. We're divided as states, of course. I mean, we're just so divided. It's just, we're divided as neighbors, just in the same neighborhood. I mean, there's just so much division going on, and that's the reason why these things will never work. Because I feel like on all levels, we're too divided. I mean, we should help each other understand that if we come together as people and pool our money together and not try to create wealth for one side or for Black Wall Street or this side or that side. Look, man, we're past that. We're past that. We're a city now. We're Americus, Georgia. So we need to be pooling all the money together for Americus, Georgia, which is which leads me back to my business. That's why I started my business and I opened my business here. It wasn't to make money off Americus, Georgia. It was to show Americans that, look, you can make money outside of the town and bring it in and still grow. Because the first thing that most people say, the watchers, they're watching you fail. They're gonna watch you come up and watch you fail, but they won't support you with one dime. But when you fail, they're the first person to say, I knew that wasn't gonna work. Mm, Go figure. But I knew that before getting into business, so I wasn't worried or concerned with the watchers, but in my business, I wanted to show the town that, look, you can make the revenue you need, the income you need outside of the town and bring it in and spend it in the town. Meaning that there's only so much money this town can give you. You know how much Walmart employees make. You know how much Verizon, Lowe's employees, factories, all these jobs here in town. You know how much they make. You know what they check is. Regardless of what kind of car they drive, where they live, you know how much income they're making from that business. So basically, you know how much income the bulk of the town is making after they pay their rent, lights, cell phone. food, have a little fun. I mean, the income you have to make to get stamps, so if they're buying their food or they're getting stamps, they're getting some assistance. The point is how much money do they have left to really live off of? I mean, do they have $200 a week to just blow, to just sit back and put in the bank? I mean, this is what business owners are looking at when you're thinking about going to a town. Like, how much extra revenue do they have to put into my business? And where is that revenue going? I mean, if it's something already there, taking that revenue, like let's say most of the town just run to Albany every weekend, then you have to fight with the mall. You don't want to have to fight with getting that last dime that they're taking to the mall and trying to get them to bring it to you. That's a losing battle. The mall is already established. That's already in their minds to go, and you are not going to just change their minds just because you put a nice bowling alley right down the road. They have to have a reason to stop that, to stop, to give up that that great feeling of buying a new pair of J's. They have to have a reason, and first they're gonna go buy the J's. They're gonna do that, and then they're gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna wear these J's to the bowling alley in 3 weeks." A lot can happen in 3 weeks. You may not make it, but the mall got the $200 for them, the $300 for them J's. See what I'm saying? You went and spent the money. You still went to where you was used to going. So someone coming in is trying to fight for that penny. See what I'm saying? So who would want to do that? So I was trying to show the town that look, you can make the money outside of town and bring it in. You know, but I mean, it was a tricky situation. That what happened. Like I said, I like to jump in situations because you learn from things, and I learned something different that I didn't know about the town. And like I said, it was that leadership. I got fooled for a minute thinking that, what, if I do great and put out great product, I may get the support from my town. You meaning, word of mouth. But like I said, when you're selling a product like I'm selling, you know, um, it's not a word of mouth type product. I know a lot of people say, well, if somebody see it, they're gonna want to buy it. It take a lot for someone to spend $300 on something to keep their drink cold on a table when the table's gonna look better than anything else in their yard. I mean, they don't. It's kind of like it takes a lot for that type of person for a person to do that. So to shell out $500 in this town, you have to be over a certain age group. I mean, you have to be almost damn near retired, man. You have to have the car you want, the house you want, and been in it for about 4 or 5 years to the point where you can save up a good bank account, and you don't look at money as something that you have to save to live, because a lot of people live in fear, and they're not trying to go out and spend that kind of money right away in this town. So don't think that someone under a certain age is gonna just spend four or five, $600. I mean, $600 for anything that's in this town. I mean, that's basically an item that's not really needed. So when I sold my swings and did this and that, it was, I mean, in big items, it was always to older people. You know, not always. I mean, nothing is always, but it was mainly to older individuals, and they would shell out 600 quick because they've been saving up for a while. But see, that's so you can't make so I can't make any money if I sold Jags or whatever. Something that you have to retire to have. I mean, I couldn't make any money like that. But so so that goes for anything. I mean, that you bring to this town. That is not a lot of money in this town. That a lot of things that people would spend their money on or find value in. You know, so I guess it's so many different factors. But just to keep it nice and simple, I was trying, so I wanted to show people that you can make money outside of the town, passive income, online basically, and you can bring the money into the town, then feed the money into the town, and that will make your town stronger. You can't try to pull from the town to make it stronger because there's not a lot of money coming into this town. So you can't really pull from the town to make it stronger. You have to go pull from towns that are already strong, like New York, where the cost of living is so high. California, where I sell coolers like all day and night, shoe boxes like crazy because $600 on a shoe box to them is nothing. I mean, my neighbor, $600. Do you know what I can do with that? See what I'm saying? It's a different thought process, man. So I need to figure out how to get this 600 from this guy in California and bring it to America and spend it in America. See what I'm saying? I spend it in America and then I make America strong. And then, I have to plan where this money is going when I bring it to town. I mean, I'm saying that, okay, the bowling alley got to get $50 of this. I got to put $50 aside. But then I got to also tell my friends that, look, we're all going today. We're all putting $50 aside. And all 10 of us, let's you know what, let's try to get 20, 30 people. Let's try to go on a day that they don't expect us to come because, come Mr. Bob is such a nice person. Let's try to get, 50 of us and let's all go and spend $50. I mean, he would have a party. You know what I'm saying? He would be like blown, like, wow, we usually don't make money on Wednesday. Well, I'm gonna try to bring 30 to 40 people in here every Wednesday. So that's what I'm gonna do to try to help. Well, let's be realistic. Every other Wednesday. Okay. So, and all you have to do is spend $20 to $30, $20 to $50, whatever. Yourself. So it may be like $10 basically. You can spend just $10. And you bring them people in every Wednesday. Did someone do it on a Thursday, on a Friday? Man, when other businesses hear about that, they be like, dude, they got it figured out in America. That leadership is making businesses grow. You want your business to grow? Take your business to America and they will support you. Just do what you're supposed to do. Love the people, respect the people. They will support you. It's not about making the leader stronger, it's about making the people stronger. And the people, they are loving people, caring people, and they love small businesses. They love businesses in general. They love a good story. And I'm gonna end it right there. I mean, there's probably a lot that I left out. But I want to leave. I don't want to hold you all too long. I have a ton of work to do today. I know people gonna be yelling at me now, like, "Oh, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?" So let me get to work. I mean, I still have my shop. I don't have my store. I will explain about the store later, but the gist of it is, I had to retool this year. I'm gonna focus more on my passive income, and I just didn't see the need to have the store in the town right now. So it's nothing bad. Landlord was great. I mean, everybody around it was great. It was just a decision that I had to make to move my store forward forward. So we're gonna leave it right here. And like I said, we just need to get some good leadership and really focus on the numbers and the people. And we need to join together. United we stand, man. Divided we fall. Look, y'all can't keep coming around here just dividing yourselves and then thinking that, okay, I'm gonna single-handedly help, save this. You can't do it. It's done together, and unless I don't see it, there's no leadership in America. I mean, I was just looking for a group in America, and I typed in Americus Georgia, and I realized there's like so many different, like a biker group, like 50 members in this group, that group. I'm like, man, I didn't realize there was so many groups that I didn't know about, and I know everything. I mean, I try to know everything anyway, for people that know me. I mean, I'm always learning and trying to just watch people and watch the situation. So, but that's another story for another day. I'm gonna keep this short. Um, like I say, it's I explain my situation later to people that know me and the ones that I've dealt with in business. I'm not closed as far as me and my wife. We still doing what we do. It's just we have to do it on a smaller scale and step back and focus on the money this year. Last year we was focusing on something different, but this year we focused on the money. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great year. So that's my take on the whole American Georgia thing. And like I said, just to put the cherry on top, with all that said, when that happens, that's going to make a trickle down effect. Effect. And the kids are going to see it. And the kids are going to do better because they see that 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 there's a leadership now, that there's something that we're all, they have something to look up to. You know, I mean, it would change the whole mindset and the personality of the kids, basically. But we gotta start somewhere. So I'm not gonna get into that right now. We're just gonna stop it right there. But just trust that we get that leadership taken care of, that will solve everything. And I'm not saying one person, I'm saying leadership in general. And focus on America's Georgia and getting America's right. You know, and so leave it right there, and y'all have a blessed day. Oh, and thank you for checking me out. Um, see how to stop this.